visuals, welcome back to Superhero Wednesday, where I have a really creased shirt that feels super duper tight on my head. I don't know how big my head is. Is it three? Is it 3 holes? Is that better? No, it's too big. It must be 4 holes visuals. Is it 4? Let's have a look. Yeah, that feels better. Maybe I'll just say fuck it to the system and wear it this way. I've only got really big ears. Who cares? No one's here to look at my beauty. We're here to discuss a cool topic, which is the greatest superhero films of 2018. I've categorised and listed them, and what were the best superhero comic book films of 2018. This video was inspired by the podcast we did. Me and Chris, we did 2 parts, mine and his lists of our favourite films from 2018. A few of these were on there, but I'll quickly shout out now. There's one superhero film at the time of recording isn't out yet. I maybe should have waited, but I'm an impatient bastard. And I'm just going to do the list without it, but I think this film would be quite hyped at this because I've got so much hopes for it, and it's Aquaman. I really do think that Jason Moore's going to do Aquaman true justice. This film's going to do it true justice. It's going to be beautiful to watch. It's going to be amazing to be under the sea and up the top of the sea, regular people, and just to see how Aquaman's story goes out through this. A bit more of a background in depth for the people less familiar with him. I think it's going to be an awesome film, and it would be high up there. Just before we get started with this, every film in here is awesome. I love all of these films so much. Yeah, there's bias because I'm a comic book nerd, but it doesn't really matter. I just genuinely loved all these films, so they're not in order as in like, oh, if you're at the bottom, you're crap. No, it's just I had to pick an order, and this is the order it's in. So, starting off our list is Ant-Man and the Wasp. What an awesome fun film. Now, this film was great for the main reason I loved it is because after all of us having our jaws dropped from Infinity War, I kind of flicked my nose there. It was a great way to just sit back, relax, and enjoy a nice Marvel film and forget about a little bit. It was still in the back of minds of what just happened and just follow Scott Lang and his adventure. And in the way that it's going to tie into the future Marvel films, the next Avengers, possibly Captain Marvel, and how Scott is going to help save the rest of the Avengers and whatever goes down. It was a really cool film. We get the proper introduction of the Wasp. We get a bit more backstory in Hank Pym. Paul Rudd is amazing and beautiful in this. I have a pen in my hand like I'm a professional as well. It was just a really fun film, but unfortunately it has to make the bottom of the list. Next up is Black Panther. Black Panther was another really awesome film. Plus it came out the day before my birthday. 2 days before. It came out close to my birthday. What a great way to introduce us to a new piece of the world in the MCU, Wakanda. It's beautiful, rich with vibranium, lovely landscape, a much more detailed look at the Black Panther and the whole family line, how it goes down. We get an amazing villain in Killmonger, portrayed by Michael B. Jordan. Such a fucking amazing bit of acting on the big screen and on your DVDs and stuff because it's out now. It was just such a good film, from seeing Black Panther, who is supposed to be the only sole rightful heir to the throne of Wakanda, but then we got this outsider, this Killmonger, who is also an actual Wakandan. So there's a big battle between them, and to see the 2 suits fight, the big battle at the end, the way they fight with the crazy vibranium train and that, and they finally see the sunset of Wakanda and all this stuff. It was a really fun film. The whole African vibe of different tribes and stuff was really cool. M'Baku is I fucking love M'Baku. But it was a great film. It just had to make the lower end of the list. Up is Deadpool 2. There's not a whole much I need to sell you on this. Cable, amazing. When he was announced at the end of Deadpool 1, I just shut up and I Chris, I'm shaking Chris. Ryan Reynolds is back playing this role that he is just completely owning. Deadpool in a fun, crazy adventure with a bit more of the love interest aspect and stuff, and him going through some really dark, horrible times. Like at the start, we see him trying to kill himself and stuff. Not that that's funny, but you know, in a Deadpool way, it's funny. It's just really crazy. It was a really fun film. We get to see the time traveling mutant try and take out another mutant who's getting stopped by a mutate and all this kind of shit. More Wolverine, little puns in there. A hell of a lot of Avengers puns in there. We get Brown Panther. We get Thanos puns and stuff in there. Winter Soldier. All of it was amazing. You just sit back, relax, and you just laugh throughout the whole way. Hopefully this Deadpool world we're getting in a minute, however it goes into MCU related stuff or not, I hope this world just gets so much bigger and bigger. And it had, for me, the single greatest team entrance to any superhero film ever. It's better than an Avengers team entrance. It's better than a Justice League team entrance. This is the greatest team entrance with the X-Force coming down out of any film. up, it's Venom. Huge biasry here because I adore and love Venom. He is my favourite villain of all time. I was sceptical at first watching this film because I felt like they made Venom a little bit too comedic and stuff, and that Tom Hardy wasn't going to do a great Eddie Brock. But then I realised, okay, come on. As far as we're aware, there is no Spider-Man in this universe. Eddie Brock is not the same Eddie Brock we see, we're used to, sorry. So I was actually quite happy and I was enjoying the way that it was being portrayed once I got rid of that at my time. Because in this world, if this makes sense to you visuals, if Spider-Man's not being introduced or however they're going to do it in the future, I think Venom is our Spider-Man and Carnage is our Venom. If that makes any sense to you. I think that's how they're going to do it if, again, Tom Holland's Spider-Man doesn't come into this. But no, it was actually a really, really amazing, really funny film. Like I said, I didn't like the comedic values stuff at first. But then when I tried to take it for what it is and how they're trying to portray it and stuff, really, really did enjoy it. Venom looked amazing. All the symbiote action looked amazing. Eddie and Venom really, really felt like two sides of the same coin. You know, that they needed each other for whatever reasons in their personal lives. Like Venom's going up with his personal life. It was a great story as well. It was a simple case of Eddie Brock wants to do good, take down the big bad corporation, but they both get their symbiotes and do battle. It was a nice, easy story. Chris says it was very rushed and didn't get enough detail. I couldn't disagree more. I think we got enough time, we got enough detail of everything that we needed. It was an awesome film, love seeing Venom, and I just love the way he says pancreas. That probably just topped it for me. This is a hard one to do. This is a really, really hard one to do. But number 2 on the list is Infinity War. Again, I'm not going to sell you on Infinity War too much because I don't need to. The film's done all the success that it needed to do and more. It sells itself in its own right. The biggest lineup of heroes on the big screen. The performances and portrayals of Iron Man and Captain America and stuff done so beautifully. The interaction between Thor and the Guardians. And the interaction of the man himself, Thanos. I should really have the gauntlet on for this, but it's over there and they're making too much noise. The whole thing of Thanos going around collecting the Infinity Stones, each character getting introduced. We get Doctor Strange and Wong and stuff involved in there. Bruce Banner comes down. He gets mashed up by Thanos. They're having a little mini boxing match and Hulk gets wrecked. Doctor Strange is amazing. The children of Thanos slowly coming into it. Captain America's entrance, where it's just black and the train goes by and he just comes out the oh, it's fucking awesome. The 2 battles, we get the main ones, one in Wakanda, one on Titan, with the team up of the Guardians, well, Star-Lord, Drax and Mantis, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and then Thanos eventually beating them and going away. And then the ending where we see half of our favourite heroes, well, they may not be your favourite heroes, but the Earth's mightiest the Earth's mightiest heroes, half of them getting wiped out, half of the universe, the galaxy. And it ending with Nick Fury fading out, with Maria Hill, and then Captain Marvel being alerted and warned. The film was just amazing. I was on the edge of my seat like I am for most comic book superhero films. It was just so enthralling and amazing. Every little moment where I was like, where's Thanos coming next? Is they going to finally take Thanos out in this film? What's going to go down? The way he interacted, the way he, again, just like Killmonger was a villain with, this is a weird one to say, he was in a weird way, he was kind of right. He just wanted enough of everything for everybody. He knew everything was getting overcrowded and overpopulated and just tensions right, and he just cut it down to half. We're good to go. There was a weird logic behind there. He wasn't just some guy who thought, I don't really care. But the only thing you can disagree with, it's not up to him to make that decision. But the film was amazing. Thanos is a beautiful, amazing. He always has been in the comic books and video games and any animated show. He's amazing. And the Avengers Infinity War is the perfect film. Not making its way to number 1 with a shit ton of biasry. And officially, I kind of predicted this because, well, it's stupid because I made a prediction video of how Into the Spider-Verse is going to be my favourite film of all time. And it is my favourite film of all time. I went to I've got a review of it as well. So if you want to go watch out my review of the film, go check it out. I watched it on release day. The previews actually, it didn't come out to the 12th, but I managed to watch it on the 7th. Previews at my cinema. It was, 100% biasry. We get Miles Morales with Peter Parker, with Spider-Gwen, with Spider-Ham, with Spider-Man Noir in this beautifully created world, which I still have my own little weird theories that is connected to this Sony Venom world, stuff like this. Again, I did a huge talk about it a few videos back. And it was just so amazing to watch. The story itself, it's not exactly the same, but there's a lot of elements in there when we just recently had the Spider-Verse saga in the comic books and stuff. It was really, really cool. And Nicolas Cage's Spider-Man Noir is really cool. Like I said, I did a video on why it's going to be my favourite film of all time. But this, visually to look at, was amazing. It wasn't just traditional animation. When there was fight scenes and action sequences and moving about a lot, the colour would go all change and funny. It'd be like 3D-ish type, buzzy, like fuzzy for a second, stuff like that. And then it would change these crazy mad colours, and with the writing and stuff coming up. I'm tripping over my own tongue here because I'm talking too fast and I'm producing a lot of saliva. It was an amazing film. Again, a lot of bias in this because I'll follow the Spider Saga story, whichever spider it may be. But the way that they all interacted with each other, with Peter teaching Miles, people like the Kingpin and the Scorpion and the Prowler and all that, and it was just fucking awesome. Gwen Stacy, seeing her on the big screen was really, really cool. And like I said, the way they introduced these other people, Spider-Ham was hilarious in it. A few of them were, that our Peter Parker was hilarious in it. Miles was quite funny in it. His interaction with his dad and how to truly become the Spider-Man he needs to be. It was just an amazing Spider story. I loved it so much. And again, it's number one because of a lot of bias street of how it's such an amazing film and how much the spider symbol and the spider world means to me. So that's number one. There we go, visuals. That was my favourite superhero comic book films of 2018. If I had to pick, and this is just me guessing it now, I would say Aquaman would make it to a nice 4 on the list. Would make it to a nice 4. I really have high hopes for this film. Again, maybe it'll be bottom, maybe it'll be awful. I really, really doubt it. I hope not. But yeah, we go. There we go. Visuals. What was your favourite comic book film of 2018? It was all Marvel when we get to DC. Let us know in the comments below. Again, these are just ones that have appeared on the big screen. Any of the animated straight to DVD stuff I haven't put into the list. You can easily add them if you want. I know we had, what was the Superman one? There's a Superman one that got released. I can't remember what it's called now. Yeah, that was a really cool film. And there was a Constantine film. But I'm just doing the big screen ones. Should have established that rule at the start. My bad. Let me know in the comments below your favourite visuals. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. Thank you for loving supporting the channel. Go check out Into the Spider-Verse. And at the time this comes out, yeah, it will be the same day as Aquaman. God, I should have waited for this. I'm so impatient. Visuals, thank you so much for watching. Keep it, yeah, keep on, let's stick it on.